Good morning. Thanks for being here today, Jim. Could you please tell us your name?
Jim Brown.
Jim. You like to go by Jim, right?
Jim, yes. So
Official.
James Harrison Brown is my name, but
That's
I go by Jim.
when you're in trouble, you're James Harrison Brown? Okay. And what branch of the service did you serve in?
I was in the United States Army.
United States Army. And what era, what time frame did you serve?
Well, I served in my enlisted service was from 1955 through 1958. I served primarily in Korea, which was quite an experience considering the war had just ended. And we were over there. I was in the Army Security Agency, which was not training for anything. We were actually doing. We were intercepting radio communications and what have you from the Red Chinese who were north of the DMZ in Korea when I was there initially. When I got out of the service, I got out as a sergeant. I went to college, finished college. I had started before I went in. And in 1960, I went back in the service, and I was commissioned in the United States Army Signal Corps, and I served in that branch for 3 years, during which I served at Fort Dix, New Jersey, in a signal company that was transferring to Germany. They went to Germany, and I went to Fort Benning to jump out of airplanes and start to eat snakes and what have you in the Ranger School. After which, I went to Germany, but I didn't go to the same unit. I went to another unit up in or down in Ludwigsburg, the 26th Signal Battalion. I served there as a platoon leader, and then as the supply officer for the battalion. And then I took command of Bravo Company of the 26th Signal Company Battalion. I was there for a period of 10 months in command of that company. And the interesting part was that my branch transfer to military intelligence came through, and I commanded the company as a military intelligence officer for 10 months, after which I came back to the States, and I went to Fort Devens, Massachusetts, to school for a year, after which I went down to Vint Hill Farms in Warrenton, Virginia, and I was there from 1965 to 1967, after which I went to Fort Holabird in Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, went through the military intelligence school there, after which I went back to Korea, and I served in the same unit that I had been in back in 1957, wow. 56, 57, the Army Security Agency battalion or group that was there. I was the security officer, or S2, for the group back in 1968. Came back to the States, went to Arlington Hall Station in Arlington, Virginia, which was the headquarters of the Army Security Agency. And after that, I spent 10 days shy of a year. I shipped to Vietnam, and I served in the headquarters of the U.S. Army Vietnam for 5 months as the representative to the Operations Center, the Army Operations Center there at Long Binh. And after that, I was transferred into the military intelligence, or the counterintelligence department, and I served there for the remainder of my tour in Vietnam.
And how long was that?
That was 7 months.
Wow.
And after that, I was transferred back to the States to Fort Monmouth, New Jersey, as the Signal School electronic warfare officer. and as their assistant school security officer.
So you served in both Korea and Vietnam.
I did.
Wow. Thank you for your service.
I did. And that was my service.
And what was your favorite memory while you were in the service?
I was thinking about that, and the interesting thing was, my favorite memory was when I came back from Vietnam, I was told that I was going to go down to, instead of going to Fort Monmouth immediately, I was going to go down to Little Creek, Virginia, and serve on the Synclant exercise staff as the Army electronic warfare officer on their staff for the big Synclant Commander-in-Chief Atlantic Forces Naval headquarters. Big exercise they have every spring. And the one I was with, they had the 6th Marine Amphibious Brigade, the 18th Airborne Corps, one brigade out of the 82nd Airborne Division. Let's see, the John F. Kennedy Flotilla, the big aircraft carrier, and I can't think of anybody else. But anyway, we were at Little Creek for 4.5 months, and then we transferred down to Camp Lejeune and set up our headquarters there for the exercise, and then the exercise itself. But we lived in a cabana right on the beach, and it was my favorite memory in my whole military career. Right. It was wonderful.
Oh, nice.
Living on the beach. It was great. Yep, that was my favorite memory of my military service.
Oh, very nice.
But I had good memories. When I commanded the company in Germany, there's nothing like commanding forces, military, men. There's just nothing like it. And knowing that you have their fate in your hands.
And serving your country and protecting our freedom.
Absolutely.
And we thank you very much for your service.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thanks so much, Jim. Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day to you and everybody watching this. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.